have any questions, but have any of you ever chanted before? If so, raise your
Very
hand.
minimally.
Does the military count?
Yes, so
very
actually, yeah, so that is part of the introduction. Because even if you haven't chanted, say in yoga or in a temple or in some other opportunity, if you've ever been to a sports game or church where people are saying things repetitively in rhythm together, you're chanting. And it's actually older, that it's the oldest form of human animal communication there is breathing together and making sounds, which is what we're going to do. We're going to make sounds. And most of the sounds we're going to make are in Sanskrit. Some might be in English. I just kind of let the universe tell me whatever should come next. So sometimes it's in English. I'll tell you, chant really touched my heart. I learned it initially through yoga, but then I studied it in both Bhutan and in India. But I joined a bedside choir in the Bay Area. I belonged to an organization called Threshold Choir. And we sing to people on the threshold of this life to the next life. And usually we're also singing to the caregivers. But to see people who are literally at the end of their physical presence here on this earth, be so touched by sound is amazing. So at that point in time, I was like, I don't care what people call it. I don't care what it sounds like. If you can breathe, you can chant. And we're not performing, we're not singing, we're breathing. So put your right hand on your belly button and inhale through your nose. And this is going to sound crazy because we're not muted, but give me an ah. Ah. Come on, join me. You have to make sounds. Ah. Yes, you can close all your doors.
My dog is responding.
Exactly. And then, yes, dogs and birds. I have all the windows open, so the birds will start chanting with me. It's amazing. And then put your left hand on your chest, on your heart, on your lungs, and inhale through your nose and give me an O.
Oh.
So do you feel a little vibration in there? And did you feel a little vibration in your belly? Okay, so leave your left hand there and take your right hand now, move it up to your lips and give me an You don't have to be embarrassed. This is lovely. So did you feel a little vibration there in your lips and not here? So essentially, Sanskrit was a language created to chant. And the vibrations are different by the sound you are making with breath, lungs, chest, oral cavity, mouth, lips, tongue, the whole 9 yards. So you just chanted Om, which is 4 distinct sounds. Ah, O, and then silence, which is also a sound. The lack of sound is also a sound, just like the lack of color is a different color, right? Or lack of light. So we are going to chant Om together. And when you blend it all together, it gets a little oomier. So it's Om. And you're going to maybe choose to do it with my breath cycle or not. It doesn't matter. Most people do if you can, just because it feels more community driven. And you don't need vision to chant. So once I'm going to ask you all if you have questions, not yet, but when we're done with the Q&A, then I'm going to ask Sean to mute you all out, and you're just going to listen to me and chant with me and be on this journey, okay? For about, I don't know, somewhere between 30 and 45 minutes. We'll see how it goes. I might open my eyes once in a while just to make sure you're all okay. And if you're not okay, feel free to unmute yourself and say, Jill, I have a question. That's fine. But here's what's totally delicious. We're going to chant repetitively, and I'm going to do the counting. And all of a sudden, then when we're chanting, you're going to hear this sound, which is my magical maraca, because I left all my other sound healing tools at the ranch. So when you hear this sound, we will all be on our second to the last Om, and then we'll all chant Om together. You'll only be hearing yourself and me. And then we're just going to sit in silence. And I invite you to just sit. Chanting is this beautiful vibratory entry into very peaceful meditation of just being where you are. Yes, Elizabeth.
Jill, since we are recording this session and we would like to have it available for a short time on our website, I'd like to ask if you could spend just a moment introducing yourself so that it becomes part of this recording.
Okay. Do you want me to do that right now? So my name is Jill Thiry, and I have been chanting and sound healing through song and chant for decades. And I work at Rancho La Puerta, leading this class for all the guests there. And in this time of a pandemic, I am now leading these classes online, of which this is a wonderful example. And I can be found at jillthiry.com, where I chant on Facebook through Club Change site and a regular Wednesday Zoom class, just like the one we're about to embark on. So are there any other questions before you get muted out and we begin? Okay, so let's all close our eyes and come into this moment, this present, delicious, beautiful moment that is us, you, me, here, now. And inhale up the front of your body and lift the back of the crown of your head towards the ceiling, and then slowly settle in down your back. You're exhaling down your back. And you're aligning your body to be a better sound healing tool. So that usually means tucking your chin in a little bit and having your ears over your shoulders over your hips and knees and ankles aligned. And that really is how you can skeletally be this great sound healing instrument of and for yourself. So we're going to begin today with the chant Om. Silence or a pause, and then inhale, and then again, and you're going to chant Om until you hear the maracas sing, and then we'll sit in silence. I will verbally guide you through everything. So I invite you to just deliciously be here with you and your breath and your sound, your voice and its vibrations for the next few minutes. You can put your hands wherever you want. I oftentimes have mine together, my palms together in front of my heart, but you can have your palms up on your thighs, wherever you're comfortable. And please join me. Maybe you notice a thought. If you do, that's fine. That's normal. Just notice it as a thought and set it aside for this moment and come back to your breath. Inhaling up the front of your body, lifting the crown of your head towards the sky, and slowly exhaling, settling down your back through breath. And continue breathing at that cycle while I assist you in continuing to set up your body as an instrument of sound healing. So I invite you right now to relax your forehead, your eyebrows, your temples, and relax your nose and your cheeks, and your whole nasal cavity. And tuck your chin back in, which keeps the throat chakra open. And relax your jaw, your mouth, your tongue. Relax your ears and your neck and your shoulders. Relax your arms and your forearms and your hands. Relax your middle back, your heart, your lungs, all of your organs in your lower back as they sit right there, almost weightlessly on top of your hips, your groin, your sits bones, firmly and courageously rooted in Mother Earth. And relax your thighs and your knees and your shins and your ankles and your feet and your toes. And allow breath to come up from the bottom of your toes all the way up and out the top of your head, your crown chakra, into infinity, and then back down into you. And feel the love for this container, this sound healing container that is your body right now. And I invite you through chant to allow it to be an instrument of sound vibrations in all of the peaks and troughs. Go ahead and experiment with tone, experiment with volume, experiment with whatever you want. But be in breath, be in vibration. The next chant is actually 2 syllables. So hum. Our first chant was Om. There's no translation in Sanskrit for that. It is essentially the sound of the universe. It's right and left and up and down and everything in between. And so hum is a chant meaning I am. So if you do notice a thought during this chant, consider allowing that thought to be I am. Join me together until the magical maraca sings. So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. So hum. Soham. 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 Sound. Silence. In breath, out breath. Yin, yang. All perfect, just as they are, just as you are. This breath, this moment, this chant. No right or wrong, no better or worse, just is. So inhale that delicious, loving acceptance of now. And slowly exhale ease, grace, pleasantness. Both in our sounds and in our silences in between, in our peaks and in our troughs. This next chant is even more syllables, and you will probably recognize these words because they are written on many a prayer flag. So repeat after me and then we'll pull it all together. The first word is Om Mani Padme Om. And the second Om is a little umier. And this is a chant. Now it's very hard to translate Sanskrit, but suffice it to say this is almost a chant to chanting. We are sanctifying our mind, body, and speech through chant, the jewel of the lotus. So emulate my sounds to the best of your ability. Don't get lazy. It's Mani Padme. And the pace is going to be a lot faster. So you might get 2 or 3 in one breath. Just breathe whenever you need to and keep going until the magic maraca sings. Please join me. Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme Om, Om Mani Padme 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 Om. And notice your breath. Inhale love. Exhale ease, grace, and enoughness. Right now, in this very special moment that we have, the only thing we ever have, this moment. And in this moment, we've now been sitting still for about 20 minutes. Some part of your body might be speaking to you. Do not move it. When we chant, we breathe at about half our normal pace. We actually send these loving sound vibrations to places where maybe they've never been before. So I invite you in this next chant to send your breath to that place in your body which is most asking for it. And allow the healing sound vibrations that you are generating to also have you receive. This chant is a mantra to Ganesh, who is the remover of obstacles. So as we're chanting this, we will be removing, remove, like peeling layers of an onion. And at some point in time, there's no more layers to peel away. We're at a place then for a seed or a kernel in that vacuum, that space of no more. There is space for seed or kernel of a new beginning. And Ganesh also represents new beginnings. So that is what you will be chanting to with me. I'll go slowly the first time and repeat after me. And then we'll pull it all together until the maraca sings. So repeat after me and then join me. Om Gom Ganapataye Namaha. And on the ha, you literally kind of pull your belly button in so that you are removing any stale air that might still be in your air container. So join me. You might have a tune to this, you might not. Do whatever feels very liberating in releasing or removing. and then feeling very honored to have that give space for new beginnings. Om Gam Ganapataye Namaha. 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 Inhale, embrace. Exhale, release. Allow that chin to get re-tucked in. Inhale at the front of your body. With the crown of your head towards the sky and slowly exhale. We'll do one more chant in unison and then we'll do one in call and response. And this next chant is a mantra to Green Tara. She represents many things, but today we're going to have her represent in our chant honoring curiosity, protection, healing, and openness. So this one has a slight tune to it. Don't worry about it. Just do whatever comes most comfortably to you in this moment and this breath, and this sound vibration. Till the maraca sings. Om Tare, Tu Tare, Ture Soha. Very good. That is it. So we'll pull that all together till the maracas sing. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. 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 Om Tare Tu Tare Ha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Om Tare Tu Tare Ture Soha. Inhale love, exhale ease, grace, acceptance. In between each one of these chants, we've been sitting for about 2 minutes, I think, which is enough time to practice mindfulness, to practice just being. You can find 2 minutes a day. And if a chant of Om or Soham can help you get there, I invite you, I encourage you to find that space. And as you practice it, you'll find, at least I have found, that more often than during every day, you stop and take a breath and come into the present moment and allow it to be just whatever it is, with no adjectives of better or worse, or right or wrong, simply noticing and allowing it to be there with love and acceptance. This next chant is going to be call and response. We'll begin and end with an Om together. This is a chant to indivisibility. So we'll begin all together with an Om and then simply repeat what I say. We're chanting that the whole is the whole is the whole, like a drop of water is whole in the swimming pool water or the river, which is also whole. My chant is whole, your chant is whole, our chant, all are whole. and indivisible. Individual and indivisible. And between you and I, there are spaces, ether spaces, geographic spaces, infinite spaces. I invite you during this chant to bring someone else into our sacred circle that we have created right here through the internet. I can feel it. So I invite you to maybe bring someone else in who might be healed or assisted by a loving sound healing chant to wholeness and indivisibility. And towards the end of the chant, I will chant Shanti, 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 which means peace, peace, peace. And you will join me for that. So I'll coach you the first time and then you'll just get it. And if and when we're all in a room together doing this, the power of these sound vibrations together, chanting peace and indivisibility and wholeness is powerful. So let's let that power be here in our circle of the world, of the planet, of technology, of the ether net. So begin and end with Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Now together. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida, Purnamidam, Purnat, Purnamudachate, Purnasya, Purnamadaya, Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh, Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om Purnamida Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Oh Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om. And inhale love. And lift your crown towards the sky and slowly exhale ease, grace, and enoughness for you, for me, for all. And in this peaceful space, we'll wrap up this chanting session with 3 Oms and a Namaste. And Namaste means, may the spirit in me honor the spirit in you and all other beings. So I invite you for this last chant to bring your palms together and have your thumbs touch your heart. And then loosen your knuckles a little bit, cupping your hands in a way that allows you to capture and notice yourself giving and receiving loving, healing sound vibrations. So it'll be 3 Oms, and then I will bring my thumbs to my forehead, to my third eye, to my intuition center, and I will bow and say Namaste. And then when you're bowed, in a namaste with your eyes closed. I invite you then to open your eyes, blink your eyes open, and sit up quietly. That'll be at the very end. And then we'll wrap up the class. So thumbs to your heart space. Om, 3 of them. Ah, oh, silence. And then a namaste. Om. 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 Namaste. And you don't have to speak. You're still muted out. If you choose to just stay in this silence, I invite you to do that. It's a delicious place to be. And if you'd like to speak, feel free to unmute yourself. But I want to say thank you with deep felt gratitude for allowing me to practice chanting and this deliciousness with you.
Thank you so much, Jill. What an honor it has been to have you lead this workshop today.
The pleasure is mutual, because it was really nice to set aside an hour this afternoon to just chant, or 45 minutes or whatever we did. So enjoy.
Thank
Sean
you.
has Sean has my email address. If you would like to share any thoughts or testimonials on your experience, I would love that for my website. And I just look forward to working with you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much for hosting these classes, Jill.
You're very welcome. My pleasure.
Thank you.
Have a great day.
You too.